and the Ajna Light.
When I research on these topics, I do find information about Ajna Chakra, but not much about the crown chakra.
Yeah.
What's the difference between those two energy fields?
Okay. Well, it's the vortex. It's something I'm working on a lot more in my practice these days. The vortex is, Rudolf Steiner called it counter space. It's the connection to the etheric field, which Tesla, Steinmetz, Faraday, even J.J. Thomson, the discoverer of the electron, still maintained there was an ether. The etheric field is stillness. And as an electronics engineer, I understand that in field theory, there is no space and time in the field. It is present everywhere. That's the definition of it. And in our modern metaphors, we talk about a black hole. Where a black hole is the centripetal vortex. You can actually see it, as matter goes to a black hole. But a black hole is present in every atom. So I like to feel, and I won't get too far off the rails, I hope, but I like to feel that I can steer the black hole that defines my being, my plasma body, to the center of my heart. So the Sahasrara chakra is the opening of Yang Qi, which is centrifugal. And Yang is enfolding. If you think of a sine wave, Yang goes from light to darkness, from universal energy to the seed. And then Yin is the nurturing force. Yin comes from Muladhara chakra and generates, as the feminine principle does, generates back up to maximum Yang. So there's this cycle. Walter Russell said, if you understand one sine wave cycle, you understand everything. So we don't often think in 3D, but when we look at a sine wave in 2D, actually it's more important to see it in the vortex form. So that's the crown chakra. Now, the vision, the observer, if you like, in that pole, is the Ajna chakra. The still point, which is where wisdom is, the observer, the real spiritual observer is in the heart, if you're in balance. And then, the creating centripetal vortex comes from Muladhara. And that's, if you look at a black hole and then you look at the white hole and the spiral galaxies, they're all showing that vortexing behavior.
Does the Ajna Light, does it also affect the crown chakra opening, or is it mainly focused around Ajna?
That's a very interesting question. And the answer is it works on all the chakras, depending on the frequencies you program. So the key technology in the Ajna Light is a thing I called ILST, so little I, and then capital LST. It was actually a sort of thank you to Steve Jobs, with all the iPhones and the iMac and blah, blah, blah. But I invited Steve to help me designing the Ajna Light because I was in a lot of meetings with him at Next, and he would, the software engineers have been working like 3 nights in a row making this demo version for the next step. And he said, that's no good. Go back, do it again. Because he was an artist and a perfectionist. So visualizing him with me caused me to rewrite the interface 5 times. But it was really, really necessary because, I'm a chip designer, did a lot of software, particularly Perl and simulations, and I would generate I/O structures design an automate says testing and da. But, mainly I was a hardware person. So I had to learn a lot of software because I just got this download literally in 3 hours about how to make the Ajna Light. I was gardening here in my healing centre after this Austrian device called the Lucia Light came to my healing centre, and I could see its potential, but it was a hypnagogic device, and they were like the leading edge of research, but I do zero research. So I was literally just gardening the next day, and I was told the LEDs I had to use, which I had no idea if they existed, that I had to use jQuery, a Wi-Fi hotspot, no idea how to do that, and a web app, and sell through an ambassador model. So, oh, okay. So, I'd retired by that point. This is 2013. It's been 11 years. And in the meantime, I'd been ordained a monk. I built my healing center. I'd left California. So, but I just trust. When I'm told something from upstairs, I trust and I do it. And so that's how the Ajna Light came. And I'd never made a circuit board before because I'd always done chip designs. So I got that done too. But literally 3 months later, 3 months of 3 o'clock in the mornings, I was looking at my first prototype and closed my eyes. And I got this very powerful feeling, and I know, oh, this is working. But I broke all the rules in the research about what you do for light and sound. I didn't even know that.